The right to offend is not some pesky little part of freedom of speech that we have to put up with. It is the heart and soul and lungs of freedom of speech. It is the coursing lifeblood of human progress. It is the instigator of liberty and modernity and science and understanding. What a laughing stock today's student leaders are, that they can so casually dismiss the right to be offensive without realizing that their lovely, enlightened lives are the gift of individuals who gave offense. Offensiveness is not just something we have to begrudgingly accept. Offensiveness is the motor of human progress.
Now broadcasting from the Right to Offend Media Studios in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, art, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report Live with Sam Whitfield.
But giving offense is good. In fact, it's essential.
Well, we may be late, but we're not as late as the people who are still saying that Thomas Massey won in Kentucky somehow and that Trump stole the election.
Sam, this is how Massey can still win. Trust me, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure he can. Well, you know, it's the we just need to you know, it's Craig's fault basically that Massey.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
The doctor part and the Jew part.
Specifically Craig's fault.
Well, both more because like, you know, because doctors, they all work for the CIA, and also
Jew.
Yeah, so like
I'm pretty sure that it had to do with his boner phone. Can we talk about the boner phone, Sam?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't understand what that is.
Okay, let me explain. An ex of his came out with a series of text messages that are alleged to be his, and you can take it with Evan says that this person is discredited, whatever that means. I don't like that though, Evan, because that's what lefties say about things. I like to investigate things myself. And so I looked at what she said, and I can't discern whether it's real or not, Sam, but I will alliterate the funny ones, okay? He calls his dick a pine cone.
So that's where that is. That's where that comes
That's number
from.
one. He had a phone. Number two, he hooked up with Boobert.
Shocker,
yeah, the fucking congressional bike. Three, he had a burner phone for his like hookups that he referred to as his boner phone.
No way.
Boner, get it? Boner phone. And number four, and this one to me is actually, I know boner phone is really funny. Like scale of 7 out of 10, right? Is boner phone. But like the last one is that he took a blue chew before he went to TSA to get a pat down because he was excited they would touch his boner.
That's just
So
weird.
those are the allegations. And as I said, some people say it's true. Some people say it's not. I don't know myself, but those are the 4 big funny allegations. There's other stuff in there too.
Well, that last one would make him gay. Would make him gay though, because like, for those who don't know, I'm sure Morton can relate to this, but like, anytime I go through TSA and I have to have a pat down, you have to go, and usually they assign you like if you're a guy, they'll assign a guy.
Oh my God, they assign you a gender?
They do.
Yeah.
This sounds transphobic. Is this the transphobic alliance, Sam? What's the TSA?
I wish TSA would give me a nice, attractive flight attendant.
Yeah, me too. It would be nice if the the
They want
TSA.
blonde stewardess TSA pat downs, huh?
Well, yeah, that would be nice, but no, your tax dollars, Max, go to giving us some like
We're we're
old
we're we're just not rich enough to get the good pat down, Sam.
That's
that
right.
that
He's looking for that TSA happy ending, Sam.
well, Massey can probably afford one.
Interesting, because he's one of those libertarians, and they're like, the TSA's all bad. Please don't touch me in my no place. Every time with libertarians, man, I keep telling you.
The TSA, or no, not the TSA, but the libertarians, as I was telling you, Max, they and I hate to break the fourth wall because most of our audience realizes this, but Max's whole thing, the robot men and lizard people, when he goes like fully schizophrenic, yeah, he's making fun of you assholes that do like the whole.
What are you talking about? Look, what Mort does in his off time is none of their business, quite frankly. And the snake people, Sam, is a serious threat to America and to China too. And that's why we need to unite with our yellow brethren, even though you can't trust them, because, like, let's face it, the Chinese are sneaky. Everybody knows this. You know this. I know this. So are the snake people, though. You need to have one to catch one. And that is why we need to have a Euro-Amero-China alliance to fight off the lizard men and especially the snake people, Sam.
Which one is the state of Israel though? Because like that's all libertarians care about now is Israel
We
and
got intergalactic espionage and war going on, and you think I give a fuck about Israel? The
well,
fuck, man?
no, I
The
mean
snake people, they're gonna take all our souls. They don't care if you're fucking Jewish.
that's true. I
They're
mean
gonna feed you to their Leviathan.
I'm just telling you what our haters. I mean biggest fans in the world. Have been telling me in the comments that we're
Oh,
you know
so the criticism is that I'm just a schizo because I sit here and do comedy bits.
yes
That
and
must be a fun cope.
that and
Well,
also
you lost an election.
yeah yeah, yes. Also, they're now saying that the election was stolen because yeah
Oh, sucks to suck.
Trump is really going to he's going to spend a considerable amount of time and money like trying to steal an election in a
He literally only spent like the most in an election history openly in the public eye. I mean, if you want to say that using money is stealing the election, then man, every election gets stolen. Every single one.
Literally.
not just that I think people forget though Massey is a congressional like
Jeremy Kauffman of the Libertarian Party has been really hitting home runs, and today he said this. I'm remembering it off not exactly what he said, but I'm paraphrasing. He said that in the mail-in ballots that they're talking about, and in the general vote, both Thomas Massey got 45% ish. So the
yeah
difference in the mail-in ballots didn't mean anything. He still just lost. He just lost.
yeah. And all the people who are saying, "Oh, well, it's just because this is my new favorite." Well,
I've heard that it's because of the Jewish space lasers today, Sam. I'm not even kidding you. The copes are unreal.
yeah, no, I've heard
They
Jewish.
call me schizo. Y'all think it's because of Jewish space lasers?
Yeah, no, I've
Or maybe
heard.
that Massey's just a terrible candidate and votes. I'll tell you what it is, Sam. I can boil it down too. Another friend of mine, Dissenter Press. You've seen me retweet them before. They do great work, Sam.
Yeah,
They present like unfiltered banned media in a way that you can actually get your hands on. And they said about it today that there's two sides to this, right? There's the side that cares most about immigration, and there's the side that cares most about Israel. And you can tell a lot by which one is which. And also, thank God that the first side won.
Yes. Well, not only that, but I actually talked to
And by the way, that doesn't preclude us from caring about the Israel issue or even agreeing with them on it. It means that we care the most about the immigration issue, period, full stop. And Massey does not.
right. Well, the other thing too, I was talking to a friend of mine who lives in Kentucky, and
Shout
people so people tend to forget that Massey is a congressman, not a full senator, meaning
Right.
that he's responsible for one particular, district.
Yes.
Yep.
And so to his constituents,
In northern Kentucky, which, by the way, beautiful place if you've ever been there.
yeah, northern Kentucky is beautiful. But at the same time, like, what is Israel and what do all these foreign wars, like Massey might make, even if Massey made good points about all this stuff, which he hasn't, but for
It's
for
also
this,
in the midst of Appalachia, and I could say, what do they care about Israel when they got economic problems, when they have drug problems, when they have immigration problems, when they have gang problems? Even in the rural areas, they're dealing with the effects of all of this stuff. That's what it is. The anti-Israel people, and some of them it's just they just hate Jews, and some of them it's their care more about foreign policy. Wherever they fall on that spectrum, Sam, they don't understand that we fall in a very different place. That's all secondary, honestly, legitimately, secondarily to us than domestic issues like particularly the economy, immigration, having access to education, good food, good schools. These things matter to average people more than these online terminal retards think.
Yeah, well, especially in especially somewhere like northern Kentucky. I mean, Massey voted to basically defund, retirement savings for seniors, and also, to cut social programs, which I'm sorry,
Regular people like those.
which I'm
both parties. They don't understand this.
Yeah.
Regular Americans, especially elderly ones, they like Medicare, Medicaid. They like Social Security. They're not full, thick, fucking Hoppian libertarians even. They're not Rothbardian libertarians. They're not anarcho-capitalists. They are Americans. And so they like these social safety nets for themselves, to know that there's there for their friends and family. Arguing against things like those is a dead end, and this is libertarians' biggest problem. They can call me they could call me whatever I want, but this is a fucking problem that they have, where they don't communicate very well because they think that the other thing is, I saw it was also Jeremy Kaufman, shout out, who said libertarians be like, you won't give us 100% of what we want, then we're gonna vote for the Democrats, or we're gonna vote for the other guy. Fuck you.
And we've literally seen that for like not just today, but like basically since
but now everybody's seeing it. That's why
Yeah.
this is important to talk about the Massey thing, is because now most people who are like center right and aren't autistically online libertarian obsessed, they don't even really know what libertarian means. Flat the fuck out. They don't know what it means. They don't think about it in their day-to-day fucking life. And when you tell them that you want to get rid of Social Security, and you tell them you want to get rid of Medicare and Medicaid because it's a waste of taxpayer money, you know what they say, Sam? I think everybody knows.
Well,
I paid into those systems for 20 years. That's my money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now it's your job to convince them, and they have to have this whole rigmarole to convince you that no, it's not, and you should just let that go.
Yeah,
But
and
people's
all
default position is not to say fuck that shit. Even if they don't like paying taxes, it's not that people have a problem with taxes, period, end of story. They just think they're paying too damn much.
Well, and also, even if people don't like paying them, they also don't want people
And we see it going to stupid fucking programs.
Yeah, they also they don't want people they don't want people who truly need those programs to starve or die or
Right.
anything.
Libertarians have
We just don't want
co-opted
to be suffering, spending money on fucking ESG bullshit in fucking Africa.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. We waste so much money. Like I have always said, let's start with the fraud. I said it on this show for years, and then Doge happened, right?
Yeah.
And the years I've been saying on the show is a fraction of the time that's been my position, that there are all of these companies that are just defrauding the taxpayer pretty much openly. That's now been proven that I'm not a fucking conspiracy. That's the conspiracy I most believed in, Sam.
Yeah. Same here. And you and I
Basically
were
now just called, oh yeah, the Doge program, yeah, that was real. Yeah, it was. And I was telling everybody who would listen, like, you want to talk about this policy about abortion, you want to talk about this policy about gay marriage, you want to talk about this culture war shit. But regardless of all that, these motherfuckers, every last one of them has their hand in your pocket for some bullshit fake program that they are just defrauding you right in your fucking face. Can we start with that, please?
Absolutely.
and we
We can't. No, we can't. But Trump actually got it done to some degree, even if it's
Right.
not perfect.
he got it done.
Who has cut more government spending at the federal level than Trump in our lifetime, Sam? You and I both pay very close attention to this, so I would. What do you think? Reagan's up there. You were alive for Reagan. You weren't alive for Reagan. We can't count him then.
Yeah, honestly, I think Trump's it in my life.
I'm pretty sure it's not even close. We could check the numbers,
I
but
mean-
I'm pretty sure it's as cuts go. He has to have cut the most federal spending of any president in at least 50 years.
Yeah, because Bush was a fucking, drunken sailor liberal basically when it came to
Yeah, and Bush
spending.
Jr. spent on the wars, even though he cut in other ways. And also, he started with people don't remember this, Sam. I was talking about this the other day. The federal budget deficit actually was important to me even when I was a kid because Rush Limbaugh. Remember we should bring this back, Sam. The budget deficit fucking ribbons. Where it was like a dollar bill.
Yeah.
Rush did that for years under Clinton. I've been thinking about the budget for a long time, Sam. A lot of people don't even think about that. Libertarians want to act like we don't think about that. It's just that we're not anarchists, and you want to say that's socialist or whatever, that's fine. This is what I was getting to. I am so sick of libertarians co-opting things like freedom, co-opting things like don't tread on me. I'm going to tell you right now, libertarians, if you're an anarchist, the founding fathers that you're co-opting their bullshit were not. They were not. You know how I know? They founded this fucking country, you idiot.
Right. One also
They did believe in law. They did believe in cops and courts, especially that.
They did
And
believe.
they believed in social programs because they were building schools and hospitals. So go fuck yourself. And they donated to fucking orphanages and fucking poor homes. And they gave food to the needy. This idea libertarians have that our founding fathers were some selfish, neoliberal, consumerist, materialist. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's libertarian bullshit. And they're taking our symbols from us and trying to tell them that it means some hedonistic, go do drugs and have degenerate sex with anybody you want kind of mentality. And it's dumb.
Yeah, well...
And then those same people will wave a cross at you, Sam.
Well, and also, like, someone tried to respond to me with a Dave Smith, tweet, which I have to say, like, if Dave Smith is I don't claim to be the smartest
Comedian
commentator.
Dave Smith?
Yeah, but if comedian Dave Smith is what you're going to respond to us with, like, for like evidence, like,
I consider myself equal then, because I also am comedian Max Sand now. I'm gonna be that.
Yes.
Because, like, anybody's just important because you add a title to your name, even if it's one you shouldn't take seriously. You should now take it seriously. Give me a fucking break, people. The grift has gone insane, Sam.
Oh, also...
We don't get enough.
No, we really
Y'all don't hate grifters enough out there in internet land.
No, we really don't. We actually really don't grift enough. More.
No, but they
Oh,
don't
no.
hate grifters enough either.
Yeah. Well, that's part of
I
the.
hate one specific grifter a lot.
Well, that's part of the reason why.
Sam, you've got 2 new books announced.
I do.
What is wrong with you?
Show the books.
He's a madman, chat.
Well, as I was about to say, speaking of grifting,
I know. That's why I gave you that perfect transition. You got to give me that one.
You
are a madman.
American Inferno.
American Inferno is too hot for fucking Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. American Inferno by Sam Whitfield will get you just rumbled off the show, right? Sam, you said the magic words to get rumbled.
I did. Well, I'm, Jewish space lasers were what got me wrong. But no, American Inferno is now available in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. So I have that. I have Blood in the Jungle coming soon, and
Sam, I have it on good authority that American Inferno is your best-selling book to date.
it is. And
That's because it kicks ass, and more people should give it a check out. That's at Amazon. Check out Sam Whitfield, American Inferno, and coming soon. You said the magic word, Sam. I've been working on something special for that. I'll probably have it by next week, but Blood in the Jungle, you say?
Blood in the Jungle is coming out, and also Vengeance in Venezuela is coming out in July as well.
Vengeance in Venezuela.
So, and actually, we may be having another Jason Miller adventure even after Vengeance in Venezuela. He may be headed to Cuba next, from what I'm hearing. So
yeah, so apparently I don't have all the details, Sam, but Raul Castro has been indicted and presumably deposed as leader of Cuba, as the president got a vote of no confidence, even from the party.
Wow.
Trump indicated that he is working with the incoming Cuban government to basically sort of open up with Cuba, and it sounds to me an awful lot like the beginning of the end of the Castro regime, Sam, and I think that's pretty meaningful for a lot of people. There's been celebrations down in South Florida.
Yeah, I saw something from one of my neighbors just before I hopped on for the show, and then I also have here
Viva Cuba, by the way, I'm with them,
Yeah.
That's been a long road. So yeah, I'd love to see the Jason Miller adventure, but we're certainly at a beginning stage of something happening in Cuba. And Trump this is what I had seen as well. So I don't have the full details. So everybody can be caught up with me if we watch this.
Yeah. So I haven't watched this either, but this is the first thing I saw.
Yes, that's the one.
So
we're ruined. Appreciate what the Attorney General just did today and was just doing now. Is just watching it. So we have Cuba on our mind. Very important. Been a lot of problem for a lot of years, and this was I think it was a very big moment for people that, not only Cuban Americans, but people that came from Cuba that want to go back to Cuba, people that want to see their family in Cuba. I think this is a very big day, very important day. They supported me to the nth degree. They supported me at levels that nobody's ever seen before. And so I think it's a very important moment.
Mr. President, what's coming next for Cuba?
Well, we're going to see. It's a failing nation. You see that. It's falling apart. They have no oil. They have no money. It's a failing nation. So I just can't tell you that. But we're there to help. We're there to help the families, the people. And again, a lot of those people are related to me in the sense that I've had such a great relationship with Cuban Americans. They supported me at a 94% level. That's a pretty good level. And their relatives are there. So we got to, on a humanitarian basis, we're there to help.
Mr. President was there last week.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that at all?
Well, we have a lot of people there. We have the CIA there. We have Marco is there. Marco's parents, as you know, were from Cuba. So we have a lot of expertise in Cuba. And it's not going to be like the biggest thing we've ever done, but I will tell you, to a lot of people, it's going to be one of the most important. They've been looking for this moment for 65 years.
65 years.
So we'll see what happens.
I want to pause on that because that's one of the things that all these libertarians have been figuring out is, oh my God, the CIA is, in Cuba again. Well, we've had, the CIA, we've always had, people in Cuba.
The CIA's got its nose poked everywhere it doesn't belong.
Yeah, although, to be fair, it kind of does belong in Cuba to keep an eye on the communists.
No, I get you, but it's like that's neither here nor there to me.
Yeah.
So what's important? Unless is there more to the speech?
Yeah. There's a little more. So
there's a lot to talk about, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna. In the meantime, we're gonna have to help them out. They have no way of living. They have no food. They have no electricity. They have no energy at all. But they do have great people. There are a lot of great people. I mean, I have so many Cuban friends in Miami, mostly in Miami and Florida, and they're unbelievable people. They're unbelievable entrepreneurs, and they'd like to go back. I think hopefully they're going to want to live here, but they want to go back. Maybe they'll invest. We'll see what happens. But we're freeing up Cuba.
Mr. President, how much longer do you anticipate the embargo having to be in place on Cuba?
We'll see. We'll be announcing it pretty soon.
On the table here, Mr. President, should we expect any escalation here, or should they expect anything? Yes.
No, you won't. There won't be escalation. I don't think there needs to be. Look, the place is falling apart. It's a mess, and they've sort of lost control. They've really lost control of Cuba.
That's funny because a bunch of libertarians are spurging out that we're going to be sending military people into Cuba. And yet, here is Trump saying,
there's no one to fight.
Literally, there's no one.
They're begging for our help. They didn't like the president. They just weren't allowed to talk bad about him. And he was the acting president in place of Raul, who they fucking hate openly in a lot of places, as long as they're not on camera. People don't know a lot about fucking Cuba. I'll say this, Sam. My grandfather would consider this a momentous day. He fought a lot of his life to help out his Cubano brethren try and see a Cuba free from the Castros.
Yeah.
And maybe if people think lightly of that, then maybe those people don't know much about communism under the Castro regime, but like, it's not good.
No, not at all. I have neighbors who.
If you want to like get a taste of it, there's a Nick Shirley video. He went to Cuba, I think 2 weeks ago, and talked to people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw something about that.
Yeah, and they were openly kind of like, even not openly. A lot of them would say they didn't want to talk. I can summarize. They said they didn't want to talk about things, but the few that did were like openly saying like, "Fuck those. We want the Americans to come in, please."
Yeah.
So if the people saying like we shouldn't get involved with Cuba are all the like the libertarians who are to claim to hate commies the most more than anybody are the ones that saying no, we shouldn't help free Cuba from the reigns of communism. Fuck you.
Well, because
this is what I mean about them. They're a Trojan horse.
Yeah. Well, they're a Trojan horse. Also, I'm so sick of this whole. Well, America can't intervene anywhere because that's too aggressive, and it's like, well, fuck you. Obviously, I'm not for being the world's policeman, but there are certain times where if a country asks
We
for
have to
our
step in.
help, then we need to go in there. That's not, you know, we're not nation building in Cuba, partially because there's nothing for us to build in there militarily. So, but yeah,
reaction like you did with
I
Maduro.
want to say that.
Gavin Newsom is on Capitol Hill today. He says that he doesn't think J.D. Vance has what it takes to come after you. What's your response to
Who
that?
said that?
Gavin Newsom.
He said.
A rollout is a really giant knowledge transfer project. Thousands of people suddenly need to know how to do
all,
brand
Sam.
new workflow.
Doesn't have what?
The rest of it is other stuff. That was the part about Cuba, and I wanted to focus on Cuba because, so what you said there about nation building, here's my thought on that. Why the fuck can't we nation build our homies in Latin America away from the corruption and organized crime and violence that they face every fucking day?
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be.
yeah,
Why are we fighting in the middle? You want to talk about the Israel people? Okay, fine. I agree. We shouldn't be in the Middle East, et cetera, et cetera. But why can't we help lift up these like we're getting all these immigrants from these countries because these countries suck to live in. And until you like, it's a two-sided coin that people
Let's
don't
make 'em suck less.
understand.
well, they
Not coming out of Mexico these days nearly as much because Mexico is a somewhat stable place to live where you can get a job. It's still full of crime and corruption. They still even have protests. They protested. We covered this. They protested the Mexican president's palace like a couple months ago, right?
yeah,
But like otherwise, it's a mostly stable place. The people aren't coming here from Mexico for work anymore like that. They're coming from Guatemala. They're coming from Honduras. They're coming from before the new regime, they were coming from El Salvador. They were coming from all of these places. And look, if we started busting up the cartels in Mexico and Central America, like my God, so we've had multiple guests that have talked about this that are experts in the fields that agree with us, right?
yeah.
We should go after the crime and corruption of Central America. And yes, we should help build those nations because they're our neighbors, because there's so much potential for them, because it would help the people there, because we're a presumably Christian nation. We used to say that. And that's the kind of thing that you might do. I'm not talking about going in there and fucking colonizing anybody. I'm talking about helping them build factories because they have resources right there. What's preventing them from getting those resources, Sam? Communism. We all fucking know it.
Right. And if
Used to fight back against that kind of thing. And the other side of it, we should be helping nations build themselves up in Asia too. These are the parts of the world that I think are important going forward in the future.
yeah, and for all these libertarians who
And
are
Europe is almost at the point they can suck my nuts by that regard too. I'm looking at Latin America as the future, and I'm looking at Asia. Sorry, Sam, go ahead.
yeah. No, and in regards to all these libertarians who are saying, "Oh, the free market and we just need, open markets and free markets." It's like, well, this is how we do it then. Let's build a market with, South America and
Yeah. But they're like,
Asia.
no, it's a free market now because what they actually mean is that they want immoral criminals to run everything, and that's what they mean by a free market.
Right.
Libertarians don't actually mean what we mean by a free market, where people are just playing on a fair but even playing field. What they mean is Mad Max.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
no.
you know who's sick of fucking Mad Max? Our Latino brethren.
Yeah. No, shout out to
Legitimately, like Latin America is sick of fucking living like Mad Max, bro.
Yeah, well, and friend of show FX Reagan actually had a funny tweet about that a couple of weeks ago. He said that a lot of these libertarians, they saw Mad Max and they missed the point of that movie. They thought it was like a cool idea rather than, the
Yeah,
fact
it's
that
a
hey,
fantasy that they aspire towards. That's why they're always LARPing about civil war. Meanwhile, you talk to
yeah,
people in Central and South America about the idea of civil war, people that have lived through it, and you know what they think about? Genocide. You know what they think about? Their dead family members. They think about the horrors of fucking communism and fleeing from one regime to another across a border, barely making it across that border and realizing that this new country has just voted in a socialist.
yeah, yeah, and it's horrible
I
for
want
them.
I want to spread freedom and nation build in places that want it. And a lot of these places, Cuba now legitimately seems to want it. They are full of resources and strategically in the perfect position to make use of them or their economy. And the only thing that's been holding them back is the absolute narcissistic opulence of the Castro regime and the upper class of communism, just like always.
Yep.
We know how to fix that.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be by Hassan Piker going handing out $1 bills at the Havana Hilton like the fucking rich fat cats in the 50s that made those people want to revolt for communism in the first place. It's by hard work, by helping them build factories, by opening up lanes of trade. The fact that he said we might consider lifting the embargo, Sam, is very big.
Yeah.
It's
Obviously,
huge.
obviously Trump is playing his, cards close to the vest, but yeah, he's talking on it, which, that's
I want to add one more bingo card, Sam, to the places that I'm okay with helping out in nation building in, and that's West Africa. Because the fact that a lot of those places are somewhat modernized and could do with a lot of like the resources that we send to goddamn Europe and all these other places. And China just moves in and they set up shop,
yeah.
you know? I don't know. I know a lot of like really talented Nigerians live in this area because they come here to go to all the colleges that are out here, and they end up being some of the fucking richest people around because they're fucking talented and smart. Now I understand Nigerian scammer is a meme and all that, but that's not actually because they're like stupid tribal people. They have
Right.
computers, so they can scam you with them. It's like a second world country in Ghana and Kenya and all of these places that you could totally build up some industries if somebody invested in there. And China does it, but China builds slave commie factories, right?
Yeah. There are actually churches, a few churches like here in Florida that do missions to Africa, and they do a lot of good work. But everyone I've talked to has said that yeah, that West Africa is one of those areas where if the US could if the US could send more, not even more money, but more people, that would be, great to help them build.
Libertarians often talk about like consent stuff, right? But like all I'm talking about is literally helping nations that want it to become more modernized and integrated into the economy. And you know what they would say? They'd have a bunch of complaints about each one because they're not white people. Because at the end of the day, that's what they're really mad about.
Yeah, yeah, that's what this whole cope is,
But
and also
and they assume that I have those same underpinning fucking like instincts, and I don't. Look, I grew up from a pretty integrated area. I have friends that are Spanish. I could speak un poquito. Like, I'm familiar with their cultures. And one thing I know about the Latino culture that I'm talking about, particularly that I would like to help out, is that they are heavily fucking Catholic, and a lot of them have a
yeah,
better, more like I don't know a lot of the ones that I know. I don't know a lot of gangbangers and shit, Sam, but I know a lot of Latinos who are heavily very religious and moral people,
same.
regardless of their
Yep.
immigration status. Even I know illegals that I would say that about. They got to
This
go back still, but I'd like to help back be a better place for them to live.
well, this whole notion of isolationism that libertarians love to keep going on about. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but it's the 21st century. Isolationism is not going to work. Period. In this.
Well, they can have their opinion. This is the thing that they don't like is they scream loud but no one listens because their opinions aren't popular. Ask Thomas Massey.
Yeah.
Ask what libertarian who actively calls themselves that openly has ever been elected to high office. You might answer with Rand Paul or Ron Paul, but both of them are Republicans.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to become a successful libertarian politician, one must be a Republican.
Yeah.
Now, what libertarian LP has ever been up? This is why I support Jeremy Kauffman. If you're a libertarian out there, if you're an ANCAP, you should agree with me. Dissolve the Libertarian Party. Vote Jeremy Kauffman for LP chair.
And I've seen some.
Because voting is for statists anyway, Sam.
Well, yeah, of course. Well,
Real libertarians shouldn't vote, Sam.
Well, the very idea of voting is fascist.
Yeah, I think any libertarian that votes should be labeled on their ID as a statist. I will too, because I vote. Statist is supposed to be a slur. We're supposed to be mad getting called a statist. No, I'm a statist. Yes, I believe in a government. Oh my God. Oh, the horror.
I am a statist too. And
I believe in
also,
fucking borders too.
and also, like all these libertarians who keep saying enjoy your $7,000, like man, you guys keep saying that I'm
Bro,
gonna get
7,000. If they gave us $7,000, Sam, I will straight up cut a commercial for Israel. What are you kidding me? That's return. Like what is? If you see us do a commercial for Israel, you'll know I got $7,000 to do it. Because I will. I'll be like, visit Israel. It's the greatest place on earth. Whatever they want to do. Thank you for my $7,000. What?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, each of us would do a commercial
My
for
God, you fucking idiots all take grifters seriously. That's why it works. You want to talk about the people taking money, but you're the idiots that buy their garbage. You're the idiots that listen to the words out of the grifters' fucking mouths and take it seriously. Don't come at me.
Also, how much did Candace Owens get paid to interview
How much did
Hunter
Candace Owens
Biden
get paid for sucking dick, Sam?
Well, I want to
She
know
did that
that.
for free.
Well, I want to know that too. But did you hear this too? She's and everyone is shocked by this. I'm not, but she just did an interview with Hunter Biden. That's going to be released tomorrow. I'm not going to watch it, but
He suck his dick.
They shared drugs.
Fair enough.
I think so. And yeah,
Hold
and
on.
yes.
Hopefully they were psychiatric drugs because they could both use it. They're just like, yeah, let's share these SSRIs. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
The voices are talking real good today.
I mean,
Motherfuckers take Candace Owens seriously and then think my bit is me being a schizo. That's your problem. You take me seriously. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well,
it's because I intersperse things that are true with complete gibberish nonsense, and they can't discern those two things apart because they have their brain rotted.
your gibberish nonsense, Max, makes more sense than Candace's like frank, than her. So she used to be in the
because like she believes like in the Jewish space lasers. For one, obviously the space lasers come from the space Draculas, Sam. Duh. Everybody knows
yeah,
this.
yes.
Who didn't know that? And then they're allied with the Andromedans. That's why they're Draculas. See, because Andromedans suck your soul. But they have these hybrid humans that are Draculas that they actually suck blood instead of souls. And they developed a laser in space to interrupt Elon Musk's transmissions of what's that service called? Space knobs or whatever.
Oh, SpaceX?
Yeah, and their internet went down because of the
Starlink.
the Dracula space lasers led by the Andromedans, And that is how Thomas Massey got robbed of the election, Sam.
That is actually a better explanation than what I've heard.
Yeah, it was space Draculas with a giant laser.
That you know what?
And this is the problem, Sam, is that a lot of Draculas so just happen to be Jewish, and so like these guys get confused and they think it's a Jewish space laser. But like not all Jews are Draculas, okay? But all Draculas are Andromedan hybrids.
Well, yes. Clearly we know that.
Except for Dracula. He's an ancient vampire of prophecy. But Draculas, like plural, they come from outer space, Sam.
Well, that makes so much more sense.
And then the snake people and the lizard people both hate that set, but they also hate each other on account of lizards and snakes just don't get along.
I mean,
and the Andromedans, how you tell them they're just blue? Like you
Yeah.
got to put on no glasses and you can see them, but
well, I mean, I know Mort has experience with the Andromedans. He goes to fight them on the moon.
well, he's
some-
killed
fucking
about
ass
half a
every week.
bajillion of each.
sometimes.
Yeah, he's the
So-
expert on
All
all.
my bitches.
Now,
But see, that's the thing is we got to get all the intel because Mort doesn't do a lot of talking with Draculas. He just kills them.
yeah. Now I've also
I
been
just stake them bitches.
well. I've also been told that Morpheus keeps looking for the green alien chicks, but he hasn't found any.
That's because they're all fucking blue and ugly.
Well,
Can confirm.
Yeah, so far it's either Earth chicks or Andromedan chicks, and Andromedan chicks like have their like inside muscle tissue on the outside, and they're blue.
how do we know that Thomas Massey hasn't abducted the green alien chicks yet? I mean, he's got a boner
He held them up with
bone.
the pine cone.
Yeah. Also,
Now, Sam, pine cone. Is it because it's shaped like a pine cone? Because what about your penis would ever feel like a pine cone? I wonder. Is he trying to say that his penis is ribbed for her pleasure?
Why is this what I come back to?
Because you're lucky, Maxine.
You missed all the other nonsense.
Good.
I just explained the cosmology of the Draculas and the Andromedans and the snake people and the lizard men for all the people that think I'm crazy.
which still makes which for context, Maxine, still makes more sense than the reasons people gave for why Massey lost the election.
Yeah,
The-
see,
the
I said it
election.
was the Draculas built a space laser that interrupted SpaceX, and so the internet went down, and that's they stole the election from Massey that way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes more sense than what they're saying?
Well, they're
Yes.
saying that space lasers are Jewish. At least space Dracula's having a laser makes sense. Why did Jewish people have a space laser again?
They've never given a good reason.
I mean, cool, by the way. We should have one. I want to control the space laser.
We should have two.
I want to tattoo the moon, Sam. It's going to say, eat me.
I wanna tattoo the moon and have it say right to offend. Well, that's
I want to tattoo the moon and have it say bits and bones.
yeah.
I just want to draw some boobies on it. So when you look up at the sky on a full moon, you'll be like, "Heh, titty."
I want to draw a penis on the other side.
But then no one will ever see it. There's a penis on the dark side. Oh my God! So if we draw
Andromedans will see
boobs on
it.
the front and a penis on the back, we're making
Yes.
a trans moon.
Yes.
Yes.
And make the Andromedan see the penis.
The moon is a trap. We're breaking new ground here, Sam.
That'll send all the conspirators into.
There's a secret penis on the dark side of the moon, guys.
Because the Andromedans like it.
Ignore the titties on the front.
Someone's going.
Last week it was Hulk titties. This week it's a transgender moon, Sam.
Well, maybe that's where we should send all the trannies. Actually, no. We don't need the moon being transed.
Sure we do, Sam.
How do we know it's not already transed? Do you know if there's a penis on the back of the moon or not, Sam? Have you checked?
No.
Well, there we go.
Have you looked under the moon's skirt?
The moon's gender, Sam. I know everybody says there's a man in the moon, but what if it's not?
Well, according to the Italians, the moon is a woman. Right? They call it Luna. That's a woman. That's a woman's name.
Yeah, but there's a man in the moon.
That is
Sam.
That is true too.
Why do you think the Draculas and all them are based on the moon? Because it's like you got easy access to all that cheese. The true currency of the galaxy, Sam. See, these motherfuckers think it's like money or Bitcoin, but everybody beyond us stupid ape humans is trading in cheese. High calorie, density, you can carry it anywhere, it stays good, you can eat it. Everybody else trades in cheese except for us stupid fucking apes. Just don't ask where they get the milk from the cheese from. It's these weird like alien cows that got 16 udders on the side. They're like purple.
I heard it was 18.
Well, it depends on if they're male or female, but regardless, the milk tastes the same.
And you would know this because
I eat nothing but alien cheese, Sam. That's how I stay so young. We get it on the moon.
That would explain.
The way you get to the moon, Sam, is you mix the three most potent kinds of weed down at the shop into one blunt, and then you'll be on the moon. And then you can eat some motherfucking moon cheese and shit. You can jump around like woo. It's great. Don't tell anybody though.
Well, but you just sold the entire internet.
Not the entire internet. There's tons of gay people that don't watch our show.
I say we're not that popular, Sam.
That is true.
Yeah.
And they are super gay for not.
But they're allowed to be gay and not watch our show. It's fine.
Yeah, and
we're just grateful for all the straight people that are here. And they're too cool to tell anyone else the secret. See, you don't get it. You don't tell anybody. Our fans are cool. Sam, sometimes I worry about you. You're prone to snitching is all.
Only sometimes?
Yeah, you get nervous. Yeah, see, Mort's cool. Mort would hide my cigarettes from the teacher, But you would do it, and then you'd be like, I'm gonna get in trouble. Oh God, I got him. I did it. I got him from him the whole time I was hiding him. I'm sorry. Yeah. Gonna keep my eye on you, Sam.
Back in the day, a bunch of us guys literally made ourselves wooden bowls at shop. As in smoking bowls.
I did that too. In shop.
Oh yeah, you can have it.
No. You can put that back on your head.
You are getting sleepy. Oh wait, no, then you'll not watch the show. You are waking up. Did the sparkly thing catch your attention, Sam, Mr. Radio host, sir?
Oh yeah, that sparkly thing.
I'm just what's going on?
I mean, libertarians are being stupid.
That's been ongoing for like at least 40 years.
Yeah. Oh, Elon broke the X algorithm again. That was cool.
Is it ever not broken?
What's an algorithm?
Well, basically, so my visibility is kind of screwed. Only like 1% of
Oh, you're doing porn now? That's cool. Sorry.
I mean, no, that I might as well because that would actually get more visibility on it. That would actually get more visibility on X then.
You know how I don't usually comment on much of like streamer drama, Sam? Can I give that for a moment?
Yeah.
Speaking of being a bit of a whore, Chrissy Mayer, man. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this, Sam?
Yeah. Well, I heard something that she was like covering for the quartering, and that's all I know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's so much more.
Well,
dude.
okay, the one I want to point out is that she was on some podcast and she was talking about not being a sex worker, but being close to it. And that how she was the towel girl for an orgy. And to get a job, some guy took naked pictures of her and she sucked him off in the bathroom to like get extra. And she said all this on a podcast. And because she's defending the quartering, people have brought this back up. And basically, she looks like the cheapest whore possible.
Well, also though, Max, the one thing I do know is that she's LARPing as a Catholic.
Yes,
now,
that's
too.
why
course
people
she
are
is.
bringing it up.
So I actually
And that
have
Melanie Mac is basically doing the same kind of thing.
yeah.
It's funny because Melanie Mac, especially, is acting exactly like the song she wrote about her. Using a
Yeah.
Bible like merch and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And she's
Look,
and she's
man, if
married
you
to a
want to do
second gay
the
man.
I reformed now that I'm a Christian grift, you have to stop doing the degenerate behavior. Otherwise, no one will buy your act.
how about this too? How about like not just like announcing it to the whole
Imagine
entire
that. Imagine not
Yeah,
announcing either
just-
your conversion to Christianity or your degenerate behavior on the internet for everybody's attention.
Right?
Imagine that.
Just do your fucking thing and prove that you can be better.
Or just do your degeneracy and not tell us about it.
That too.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's one I had for that was a message I gave to one particular guy that he never took to heart. Like, maybe just keep your shit secret. Maybe you didn't have to tell everybody that you sucked a dirty dick on a bathroom floor, Chrissy. Maybe we didn't need to know that. Maybe that doesn't make you look good in any way. Maybe you shouldn't say things like that on a podcast just for a laugh because years later people bring it up and you look like a cheap whore. And I try not to say these kind of judgmental things, Sam, but goddamn,
Wait.
she was shocked and appalled by this clip.
Max, did you hear Chrissy's Christmas tree story?
Hold on. I want to say this first. And this is like to her, woman to woman.
Let me turn the mic.
trying. Okay. Like I said, this is me, like her, woman to woman, trying to actually like try to have your back, girl. Do not go around acting very proud that the most these men were willing to give you for your services was $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's actually not a high price. There are some women of the night, I shall call them, that like their base is like $5,000. So $1,000 is not something to brag about. And also, you should have more respect for yourself than to even think about degrading yourself to that level and letting them put that small amount on you. And also, honey, you should have more respect for yourself and not be going out and actively looking for these things on Craigslist of all fucking places. Have you not heard of the Craigslist killer?
That's asking to get fucking killed.
Yes,
Well,
and not only that, there are women who have literally had their babies cut out of them because they went to a Craigslist ad for baby clothes, okay? It's not smart. It's dangerous. And men that want services like this from women like you are most likely somewhat kind of dangerous in some way, shape, or form. You should just have more respect for yourself. And also, girl, do not go on the internet where every single person and their mama can fucking see you sitting there saying that you were contemplating that, and then got on your knees and gave him a blowy hoping to get more money but didn't. Honey, don't tell the world you're a cheap whore. Have more respect for yourself. I don't think that's what you really are. I think maybe you're lost, you're confused, you need guidance, you need Jesus. Go to church. Talk to your pastor.
Well, you know, well,
Did you, Maxine, or Max hear the Chrissy Christmas tree story?
No.
No.
If you could give me the short version, that'd be great.
TLDR, she was she had this fantasy of basically being in a Hallmark Christmas movie, and basically rizzing up this 18-year-old Christmas tree guy, and getting a free tree because she blew him in the bathroom.
Oh, girl,
I'll find
Merry
you.
Christmas.
you need to be baptized.
I'll find the clip and send it to you guys.
Well,
Find it.
well,
Also, when somebody says like, "Oh, if you simp for her, she'll show you pictures of her titties," and someone like comes to your defense like, "Hey, don't talk about her like that. Don't be disgusting." Don't go in the comments and says, "Who says I won't?" Whore! Jezebel! Dear
Well-
Lord in heaven, find Jesus Christ, get baptized.
She says she
Get
has,
right
by the
with
way.
the Lord. No, you have not, sweet honey.
well,
Mary.
yeah, no, Maxine, it's fine because
Sweetheart, change your ways, please, I beg you.
Maxine,
You have already, thank God.
Maxine, it's fine. She's famous and she's a brand new Catholic, which somehow means that she's better than you and Max, and I'm
Dude,
not.
okay, that's like Melanie Mac level, okay? Let's not
Well, that's
fucking
why
go
they're
there.
friends.
I know.
Yeah.
But, like, dude, no. Dude, fucking goddamn bullshit. I'm sick of these fucking people being like, "Oh, I'm a Christian now. Look, I have a Bible." Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. Okay, we don't usually go walking around holding it like it's fucking merch, like it's, to get people to subscribe to. That's not what it's for.
I got my new eyeliner and my new top and my new bag and my new Bible. It's what it's like, though, isn't it?
But the
Hey,
point is,
Yeah.
Sam.
if you want to
I put it in the chat.
if you want to claim that you truly are Christian, that you're Catholic, one of the things that y'all need to fucking learn is how to be humble, and the fact that you are supposed to admit to your past sins, own up to them, ask for forgiveness, and you do penance for it. Not sweep it under the rug, pretend it doesn't happen, and then point your finger at everybody else that's doing something wrong.
And hold up, though, because Chrissy has come up before on this show, because Sam, in the past, you even defended her when I didn't know much about it, if I recall, when she got kicked out of, like, some convention. And we stand by that.
No, that was a different chick.
That was a different chick? Okay. Fair enough. But, like, hey, I don't think that you should get kicked out of a convention because you had done sex work in the past. But the stories that she's telling, or I guess she told them previously, but here's the thing, is like, I don't know, I'm in my 40s, Sam. Somebody like her says that happened a long time ago, and you're like, it happened in 2024.
That's not a long time
That's
ago.
not a long time ago, girl.
Yeah.
Years ago.
I know
Yeah.
you just found Jesus, but time has passed at the same rate as before that happened
Mm-hmm.
for everybody else.
And I'm okay. So I'm gonna be fair with this. This is not just like the fucking standard that I hold to these women on the internet. I hold this same exact standard for Erica Kirk. And I feel like she failed because she did the same thing. She swept it all underneath the rug and tried to pretend like it didn't exist, but all the evidence is there. And she was kind of stupid to hide it away when she knew that there was video evidence, shows, TV shows, and everything that proved that everything that she said was a falsehood. No, Erica, what you do is you say that before you found your husband, you were lost. And when you found him, he helped you find your way back to God and you changed your ways. That was how you used to be, but you changed.
Yeah.
You don't fucking hide it. You own up to it because that's what God tells you to do. And if you don't do that, you're not honestly asking for forgiveness for your sins. You're not being truthful. And when you get to those fucking gates, they might just pull that lever and you're going straight down the spiral to the riddle box. Yeah, I see reference. Suck it.
And speaking of just one more thing for Maxine here is her new song came out today, Sam, Daughter of the King.
Which is a banger.
Thank you.
So and I will say in relation to the Erica Kirk thing, that was one of the grievances too that like I had with that a lot of people had, not just with Erica but with Charlie, was the fact that you know, if Charlie was guilty of anything, it was kind of for brushing some of her stuff under the rug too.
Yeah,
I guess.
he definitely helped cover up.
Well, the other question I have too is how much of it did he actually know, and how much of it did he actually just take her word for?
Or how much of it did he just honestly not care about and was trying to shield his wife from, which is a fair thing to try and do. But here's the thing: is forgiveness through God is not going to shield you from the truth.
Nope.
It means you're forgiven your sins. It doesn't mean you're free from the truth.
Yeah.
And that also doesn't mean that you're free from consequence, because although God may forgive your sin and like with him you're good, he tells you that you still have to deal with the worldly consequences and you still have to abide by the worldly laws and stuff like that.
Right. And you know, when it comes to forgiveness, the other thing is with God, maybe that's a one-way street as Christians see it, but it's not for other people, because other people are not God. We all fall short, right? And so we're not perfect. And so forgiveness is harder for us. And so like if somebody, a thing in Catholicism, it's interesting, they all converted to Catholicism, but none of them understand the concept of contrition or penance, where you actually have to like atone for your sin to the person you sinned to some degree, not because God requires it, but to mend that relationship and also to soothe your own conscience.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're kind of just rambling a bit here, but
no, I mean,
I actually have some input to this stuff.
No, I mean, I think it is good, because I think a lot of these new Catholics, they seem to think that like forgiveness and absolution gives you like a kind of like a get out of jail.
That's a Protestant belief. Just so you guys know,
right?
That's not a Catholic belief. The priest giving you forgiveness at confession does not give you forgiveness with God. What he offers you is a path towards it. You have to walk it yourself, and sometimes it includes contrition. And so the priest is there to offer you guidance towards that path. Sometimes it's through prayer. Sometimes a priest will tell you flat out, go talk to that person and tell them that you're sorry. Sometimes they'll tell you, well, this one's between you and God, or this one's just between us. But at the end of the day, there is no set way a priest is going to respond to your confession, because it is not him giving you fucking absolution. That absolution is a concept they used to pay for, Sam. It's not a thing anymore in the Catholic Church. I don't know where they get. That's a thing in Protestantism. It has a lot of if I talk to God and say I'm sorry, he forgives me, right? But that's not really how Catholicism works at all.
Right. Yeah.
And as such, they have different relationships with shame and different relationships with guilt and different relationships with forgiveness. And I actually have come to think that that's a root of a lot of the problems we see in society communication breakdown.
Oh yeah, big time.
So what do we got here? We got another clip
Yeah,
about a Christmas tree.
yeah, this is the
It's
Christmas.
the clip that I mentioned.
Now they just want you to fucking react angrily, huh? This is rage bait for Maxie. Come on over.
Pretty
They want to get you mad. We might as well just milk it, huh?
pretty much.
Rage baiting the woman.
That's a smart idea.
I love you, Maxine, but you have to see this.
Well, 'cause he knows you're gonna feel the same way he does about it.
So now more is doing the I had to see it, now you do too to Maxine.
Yes.
Basically.
I really tried to do this to not do this on Twitter to her, so but I have to show you.
Okay, let me think. For me, I would be a single mom, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is my first Christmas. You know, we just had a brutal divorce. I have like one child. You know, maybe she's like 8 or 9, but I'm like still trying to get it together. I'm like, look, Nancy, like we're gonna make this Christmas happen. Again, maybe it is Hallmark vibes, but she's like a little bit more desperate, like sweaty, like a little bit more in denial about her circumstances and her finances. But she's like, let's go. So she gets in the car, she throws Nancy in the back, she drives upstate to a tree farm. She's like, I'm gonna cut this damn tree down myself. And she obviously can't. She's having a hard time. She's cutting it down. She's huffing and puffing. She's trying to push it down. And then like sweaty, just the mascara's falling down because it's snowing too. And she didn't wear waterproof mascara. So it's like, and maybe a little bit mixed in like real tears because it's hitting her. This is the first Christmas without Henry, you know, but she's sawing it down. And then she hears like, excuse me, ma'am. And she's like, what? It's like this 16-year-old, like, it's his part-time job to work at the tree farm, and he's like, looks like you need help. And he helps. He gets on the other end of the saw.
We have an alarm that we can
away at, and she's
put
like,
off for that. Why is he 16, Chrissy?
I'm gonna fucking find something for an alarm. What the
We
fuck?
need like a bell or a whistle or a kazoo or something for that.
Yeah, I thought you said the kid was 18. Holy shit.
Because she changes it to 18 later.
And she was quite clear about how old he was.
Oh yeah, but like the girls with her make her change it to 18.
Oh, good on them, I guess.
Yeah.
I would make her stop at that point, but go on.
That's what I was gonna say. I'd be like, bitch, stop.
Groomer alert, folks.
Yeah, groomer alert.
I don't think he's old enough, you know. And Nancy's she's getting some hot chocolate. She's feet away, and then it crashes down, and then they both put their hands on the trunk, and then I'm just like, I haven't been with a man in so long, you know. And then he's like, he puts a price tag on it, and it's like a good $30 less than it should be. And I'm just like, oh, thank you. And then he sort of wipes away like my crack whore mascara face. And he's like, meet me inside to pay for it. I'm like, okay. And then we go. And then he's like, buy inside. I'm in the men's room in 10 minutes to pay for your tree. And then I go to I go, Nancy, get another cup of hot chocolate. You fucking. And then I go to the men's room. And this kid is like, yeah, he's probably like maybe. All right, let's make him 18. Fine. He's 18. He's 18, everyone.
We don't need any.
Yeah.
Also, he made it her, though.
He's just hooking up in the way an 18-year-old would hook up, like just tentative and like, you know, just like feeling me up.
It's official. Women can be just as, if not more, perverted as men.
This is
more.
This is some shit that anonymous callers in Loveline 20 years ago would blush about calling in with, Sam.
Yeah.
This might actually upset me more than the like fucking the cow books. the fucking Minotaur, whatever the fuck it is. But that's disgusting. This might be a little bit worse.
I don't think that the other girls caught, but she definitely caught that she went from this is about a girl.
Dude, this is about me.
A single mom, meaning this person is presumably at least in their mid-20s, right? To be a single mom of an 8 or 9-year-old girl. This person,
she wants to be a cougar.
And then she was like, I guess it's 18. But she switched.
But she said, oh, I haven't been with a man in so long, and he wiped away my crack whore. And then once they made her change it to 18, it went back to they.
Yeah. Then she realized, oh shit, I've said too much. Girl,
that's not a good look. That's just not a good look.
This is hard. This is up there with Cantwell's book at this point.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've always had a rule, and Penn has this rule too. With anything that we did with the social media, when it had to do with like Stranger Things, making, like I did like little short funny POVs or shit like that. And whenever they would ask me for the younger kids, Dustin, Mike, Lucas, I always said, no, I don't do anything with the minors at all unless it is completely PG, PG funny, nothing sexual, nothing flirty, nothing. That is my rule. Penn has the same exact fucking rule. And so this highly fucking disturbs me that you wanted to.
Me too.
That's gross.
Yeah, her fanfic where she inserted herself as the main character for a minute and got really into it. And her crack whore makeup. I like that touch.
Yeah.
Her single mom crack whore main character stand in for herself. Ouch.
But men are all perverts.
Yeah. Now
over my panties and I'm
well,
oh God, he doesn't even know what to do. And I take his hand and I throw it down my shirt.
That's the eye.
Where was I?
You're the Ron.
He was fondling your tits.
He's fondling my tits. And actually, it all ends with me basically getting the tree for free, a free ornament, and I leave with my dignity and my self-esteem. I go, yeah, girl, you still got it. Come on, Nancy. And we
dignity.
Well, I'm not sure about your dignity.
You left on the bathroom floor.
Her character got her dignity back, but Chrissy lost hers in the process.
Yes.
My
Big
God,
time.
That's no, the dignity was left on the bathroom floor with whatever you fucking did with them.
No, I agree, but it was just a good line. Yeah, your character might have their dignity, but you told that story on the internet that way.
Yep.
Oof.
Also,
my advice. So
has Brittany Venti been seeing this? Because she's gonna have some words about.
I think that's why it got resurfaced, Max.
Yeah, shout out to like a sane person on the internet.
Well, I hate to say this, but like
she got a triangle. She had to ring the triangle for this, right?
Oh my God.
Cheap horror alert. Sorry, Sam.
Yeah. Also, I hate to say this, Chrissy, but like I doubt that there are many like early 20. I doubt that there are many like early 20-something-year-old adult men who would want to help you pick out Christmas trees, let alone teenage boys.
Yeah, no.
Especially when they hear about how much dick you suck.
Well, that might entice some
sorry.
of them. At least they know she's got expertise.
Yeah.
Some guys will put it in anybody's mouth as long as they know what they're doing.
Gross.
Yeah.
Some guys will go for the guaranteed shot.
Yeah, she's a guaranteed shot, and also there's apparently some girls that'll just put any dick in their mouth. So they're a match made in heaven, Sam.
I will say someone just DM'd me on Twitter. The one time we defended Chrissy on the show was when Ethan Ralph yelled at her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I could see that. She was probably right in that, but this is some cheap horse shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope
So
that her marriage and conversion teaches her to not say any more of this stuff in the future.
Well,
It,
hey,
it won't.
I said the same thing about Melanie Mack, right? I said that I really hope that, she saw what happened and she took time to reflect, and like I had hope for her, and she just fucking turned around and doubled down like there was no fucking tomorrow, and I'm just like, okay, never mind.
She was literally waving the Bible like merch.
what?
Wearing like a pride flag outfit.
And I love that Brittany pointed out that she read from the Bible and literally everything in it was things that fucking douchebag did.
Yeah.
Say
Yeah.
it together with me, kids. Hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy, yo.
Yeah, it's almost like people convert because it's part of a grift.
It's almost like it, Sam. And speaking of grift, Yo Mama live on Spotify. Sorry.
No, that is actually a perfect segue.
Sorry,
That is a perfect segue, actually. Yo Mama is now available.
Yeah, and this Friday it's New Black Kicks, but today available is the debut single of Maxine Sand with Daughter of the King, just sort of like a goth rock song. Would you like to tell us about the song and where people can find it?
Sure. So right now you can find it on Spotify and YouTube. Eventually you will be able to get it on Apple Music, but they just take it a
And
little bit
TikTok
longer.
already,
And
by
yes,
the
and
way.
you can find it and use it on TikTok. I kind of geeked out about that. That's kind of cool. So Daughter of the King was another song that was basically inspired by my dad's passing. And it was more to do with like the grief and everything that I was dealing with and like not really processing, and then like basically thinking about the things that he used to say to me when he would talk to me about God and stuff helped me kind of find my way back, and that through God I'm gonna be able to deal with it. And then like the end is like, once the gate opens, I'm gonna get that hug again, so I'll see you again. And I just wanted to give it like the style that I like, which is just like the goth style, and so I made that, and I tried to make it like as relatable as possible, because like literally one of the lyrics is filling his coffee or filling your coffee cup up and talking to it like you're there. That is actually something that I used to do.
I find it very admirable that you still pay tribute to your dad, even though it's been a few years
6 years
since he's passed. That's something.
It was her first release, and she thought really hard about. There's a few songs she's gonna put out more, but she decided on that one, and so because it's important to her, yeah.
Well, that is something that I think that kind of drives me crazy. Is people think that grief has like a time limit on it, and it does. It doesn't. So
yeah, that's exactly why it's people say that time will heal, but like they don't know this scar. You can't tell somebody how long their grief is going to last, because every single person is different. Everybody deals with it differently. Everybody processes it differently. For me, I didn't even deal with any of the grief dealing with my dad for 2 years.
yeah,
2 years until I actually finally kind of just let the dam broke that I had built up inside, and just like every time that I felt myself like getting upset, I just threw it behind that wall, because for me it was, I got to be strong for my mom, because my mom's fallen apart. There was so much going on with her that both Max and I had to like so much fucking responsibility that just got like thrusted on us because my mom she couldn't handle it. She lost her husband of 35 years. And
that was, by the way, just like, if people don't know this, that was the first and only person she's ever dated.
Mm-hmm.
She married him, and they were together for 35 years until he passed, and she still loves him as deeply as ever. That's one of those things I like to point out is, like, of our generation, very few people can say that about their parents, that they stayed together that long. And it's because he believed strongly in marriage. They fought like cats and dogs.
Oh, yeah, they did.
It's not like it was easy.
It's funny because talking about it, my mom and I, yesterday, I went out with her to the store, and man, we actually had this is surprising because my mom and I we butt heads a lot and don't usually have good conversations, but about to do with dad and like even with like her possibly ever dating, we just had like a really good conversation about it, and it was kind of crazy.
Well,
she's talking about God again, and
she's been going back
trippy.
to church, which
it's trippy. It's
for
good,
a while since he passed. She had like a turbulent relationship with her faith. Mm-hmm. Let's just put it like that. She hadn't been she's grew up in the church, and it was the primary part of her life. And it did seem like she had been lost in that regard since he'd been gone. But she's going back to church, which is a good sign. Mm-hmm. And so it's nice that she's is feeling better. But that's one of those things of like, she's said this so many times of people telling her it's been 4 years. Yes, but he was my husband for 35.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as they think to just readjust and build a new life. And she still lives in the same place, which is brave considering, he had there was one time that he fell and had an accident, and there was a lot of blood, and it was traumatic, right? There's other times where things had happened there. She has so many memories, but she has made it herself. She's come to terms with it. She's doing so much better. But then somebody will come along and say, oh, see, you're doing fine because X amount of time has passed. And she's like, well, you don't know what it's like when I'm home alone.
Yeah, let me, one story. I want to share one story that she has told me, and I think she'd be fine with me sharing this. But like you said, my parents have lived in that apartment that she's in now for a long time, years and years and years, longer than we've lived in our place, I think.
Yeah.
And
by far.
My dad, there were a lot of things that he did. Like one reason, my dad, he really could not walk well. He had so many problems with his spine, with his legs, with his feet. It was bad.
He got a severe herniated disc, which left him in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So when he would use the bathroom, he would always leave the door open. Because if he ever needed her for any reason, he can just call her name, and she can go right to him.
Also, he used the doorknob as a brace half the time.
Ooh, not a smart move as
no, but my dad was stubborn as shit. That's where I get it from. But so a typical thing would be to see middle of the night, my dad would just be like in the bathroom sitting on the toilet. She's so used to that. There are times now, she's told me it has scared the ever-living shit out of her that she has actually yelled at my dad when this has happened. She wakes up and she goes to go to the bathroom, and she's like, Maxine, I swear to God, I saw your father sitting there in the dark looking at me, and I yelled at him, and then he was gone. I died laughing because I thought that was so hilarious. But like,
I can picture it too, because he would have just been like with his shorts around his ankles and no shirt on, sitting on the toilet with his phone. Like,
yeah. But like, it was just like dark. Like he was just sitting there, and I'm like, yeah.
Because that's his throne, man. Yep. That man spent a lot of time on toilets. That was like a run.
There was a joke. If you ever like sent him a message or anything and asked him what he was doing and he said nothing, that was code for he was in the bathroom.
And if you went out to eat, you order your drinks, and then he's in the bathroom. He'll come back, order appetizers in his meal, and then he'll come back when the entree shows up.
There's an
And then he
entire
goes back to the bathroom before you leave.
there's an entire section of a photo album. Yes, I'm that old. We had photo albums of pictures of every single restaurant that we went to when I went to Disneyland when I was 6 years old, and every single one is my dad's seat empty with his food
Yeah,
because he went to the bathroom every time.
That's Bubba's chair, man. He's in the bathroom.
Oh God, I miss my dad. I loved him.
My
so
favorite
much. He was
is
awesome.
we went to a buffet, right? Like a buffet. And this is one of we were early on in dating, right? And so we went out with her parents, and he goes to the bathroom like he tends to do. And I'm like, all right, well, at some point I gotta go take a piss, like normal. And so I go in there, and first of all, the stench, absolutely rancid. There's her dad in there, and you can just hear it as I'm taking a piss. I'm trying not to die laughing, so he doesn't hear me because he'll recognize me immediately. And I'm just like, and all I hear is, oh God, here it comes. And this guy walks in with like a 2 or 3-year-old little boy, right? And they're like also trying not to laugh, but the little boy is a little boy, right? So as they're about to leave, the little boy looks at his father as they're washing their hands, and he says, "Daddy, is that man bum sick?" And the guy's just like, yeah, come on, get out of here. And so I just, zip up, wash my hands, and get on out of there. And they're like, "Oh, how's Bubba?" I think he might have a bum sick. Got a tip from a little kid that he might be bum sick.
Well, being bum sick sucks.
Oh, everybody that's what's so relatable about the story is anybody can recognize that through the eyes of a kid. Yeah, that's what it is. And also everybody, even a little kid, knows you don't want to be bum sick. Being sick's bad enough. Don't want to be bum sick. But that is a cherished memory now. I just walk back and I'm like, I don't know if I can eat a whole buffet now though, because like, oof.
And
Story like that either.
Oh no. There's plenty of times I go into the bathroom. And when we went not camping, it was like one of those like festivals one time in a porta-john.
Oh,
there was like a crowd standing around him, laughing at him, going, "Ah! Oh God!" And then he comes out, and there was one dude clapped.
My dad had no shame.
Oh, and he'd be like, "Yeah, that was a good one."
Yeah,
put his cowboy hat on and go. Sam, you got nothing. The old man would wheelchair mog the shit out of you.
Oh yeah,
and all his buddies would too. They got cowboy hats. They got American flags sticking out of both fucking poles. They got lights and signs and fucking eagle flags behind them.
Not
and
just lights. My dad went to the dollar store and he pimped his shit up. He got those like Halloween lights of the skull.
Oh yeah.
Operated one. So like when he was rolling, he was lit up, and he even got this really cool which actually my mom took off his wheelchair and gave to our son. It is this like heavy, thick skull that he put on for the handle.
Yeah, it was his shifter was a skull knob.
Yep.
Sam, you've never been wheelchair mogged this hard in your life. And this has me thinking, Sam, I have a pitch for our TV show.
Oh, no.
Pimp my wheelchair?
Pimp my wheelchair. I'm going to be exhibit, and I'll pimp your wheelchair. We'll be like, what's your special interest? And you'll be like, I'm a podcaster. I'll be like, oh, I got the hookup. We're going to put the audio interface right here. We're going to put a laptop over here. This motherfucker's going to be G'd out, dog.
Yeah.
He can roll around. He can podcast. And brother, we've hooked you up. We have hooked you up with 1 year free of Elon Musk's internet fucking thing, so you can podcast in your wheelchair wherever the fuck you go. Sponsored by Elon Musk. Give me money.
Yeah, that sounds like that sounds like a great concept. So
That's right. We're gonna and then we just have to find other crippled people we can pimp their chair.
well,
I don't think there's a shortage of that.
well, if and then I was thinking like more and I could do a remake of Easy Rider, but it would just be two guys like going across the country in wheelchairs.
It could, but it also could end up like Brokeback Mountain. That's why I don't think he'd
Oh
agree to such a project. Crippleback Mountain.
Oh God!
That is
Where they
that.
make the crippled beast with two backs.
Yeah, neither more or I roll that way.
I know, but I'm on a roll. So I can't stop myself. She even hit me. It didn't do nothing. This is why the audience hates me, Sam. Well, that and because they're retarded libertarians.
Yeah, which you know, that's more of a crippling disability at this point. Like,
Yeah. Well, don't tell them that because then they'll start like using the government to get ADA accommodations for being retarded libertarians, and they might actually win something for once.
that that would actually
affirmative action on account of being the lowest IQ people in the entire population, huh?
that would be the hugest irony of the people who want to burn down the government. Also, like, you know, use like all its services.
Chat says it would end up the movie Vanishing Point. Ha! That's true. That's funny.
Yeah, that is true, Oki. So, pretty good. Pretty good movie from what I can remember.
Defending the right tonight, huh? This is good. Or is that just every show now?
Well, I mean, let's be honest though. Is are libertarians, are they really the right? Because they seem to be.
If you care more about foreign policy than immigration, to me, you're to my left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty obvious. Yeah.
Well, like I said,
not even a matter of I don't care about the same issues. That's the funny part. But they can't comprehend that. We've kind of.
Well, also you're barely online, and like I'm not online as much as I used to be a few years ago. So like the fact that they were shocked that Thomas Massey lost is like amusing too, because like.
Well, they're blaming it on all the shit I was talking, the accusations, which I pointed out, I didn't say were true.
Right.
But really, we predicted a week before those accusations come out the exact same fucking thing. Isn't that weird? I pointed that out when we gave a billion reasons why we thought Massey was going to lose and should. And then he did. And then they're like, it's stolen. And it's like, dude, it's stolen. Really, I don't think that they cared that. Okay. Well, they paid a lot of money for it, yes, but I thought that was legal in politics now. They've been doing that against us for so long. Now that we do it back to somebody.
Yeah.
Libertarians and manosphere and grifters in general are off-ramps for decent men, Sam. Decent men who might otherwise do some good, knowing that they can't do all the good in the world, to get derailed by somebody saying, no, you should give up for that good for the perfect, and you should become an extremist, and you should yell at other people who are extremists online and not actually engage in making your community or your life or your people around your lives better or adding any value to society at all except the words that you print on a screen.
I mean, yeah. That. And I mean, the other thing too is like libertarians talk about term limits all the time, but like Thomas Massey, he's been in Congress for 14 years. That's not like.
Not only that, Oh my God, who's your bro that sold me that term limits are bullshit?
Dictator Phil.
No. It was somebody else way back that talked about term limits with me, that they said they were against it because lobbyists would still just control whoever's in Congress. There's an episode of the show, Sam, where I had this conversation, and it's with, I think it's with one of your former co-hosts.
Oh, is it? Was it was it my buddy Luke, who's now a lobbyist?
I believe it might have been somebody else, actually. I'm not sure, but it was somebody, and we had the conversation, and it made a lot of sense. The lobbyist argument. You could say whatever he believes in, it doesn't matter to me. His argument was pretty solid, and he directed me to a speech made by a senator that I watched. That's why I remember it, Sam, as I did my research on what he had said in this conversation. And his argument against term limits is very simple, is that all that would do is that the lobbyists already pretty much buy and sell them, right? So then the lobbyists will just plan their next guy.
Right.
Nothing's really going to change in terms of how they vote because they're even more so bought out by the lobbyists before they even get in now. Because you're not taking the money out of politics, so that's going to be the revolving door system at that point.
Right.
All the big corporations, the position of lobbyist actually becomes more powerful than it is right now if you put term limits on.
Yeah.
That was his argument, and I wanted to give credit where it was due, but if you don't remember and I don't remember his name, I do apologize, and I will try and go back and find it. But it was one of your former co-hosts. I just don't remember which one. And it was really, we continued the conversation on Twitter, and I looked into it, and I agree with them. Term limits is a trap.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I just think it's funny that like all these libertarians are like, we need term limits, but yet the guy who, they've been parading around, he's been in Congress for like, 14 years, longer than I've lived in Florida. Actually.
That's what I mean. And so I argued with that person about term limits, and they made such a compelling case. That dude was like, and he recommended me some stuff, and I read into it. And yeah, term limits is a trap. Just like, it's funny because all the stuff libertarians do is a trap. And I was just today explaining Andrew Tate to her because she doesn't pay enough attention. She knew he's kind of a douchebag, but I told her some of the things that he actually says. Like, for example, how you should have a harem of women and you should treat yourself high value and women are beneath you and all this kind of stuff. And she's like, really? And, the young men buy this. I'm like, yeah, he has a Discord-like server that you have to pay $100 a month to access to get this wonderful information on how to treat women like shit. And to me, she kind of agreed once I explained it this way. If you took that time and attention and money and investment in yourself and applied it towards a woman instead of Andrew Tate, you would have a much better chance of getting your dick wet than this, which makes it, Sam, super fucking gay to do that kind of shit. If you are paying money to another man to tell you how to get chicks, take that money, put it back in your fucking pocket, and offer to take a chick out for coffee with it. You stand a much better chance. And even if she says no, then you still get the money in your fucking pocket, dude.
Yeah.
That's another one. Don't be a creep. Don't fucking violate her consent. Just talk to her like she's a human being. Ask if she wants to go get some fucking coffee, and you'll spend a hell of a lot less than $100, and you might just get to know somebody cool, even if it doesn't work out. But instead, you could pay $100 a month and sit on a Discord server talking to a fucking probably AI, let's be real, that's representing Andrew Tate, and he's going to tell you how to get laid. You're becoming gay for him at that point. You're his simp. You're a mark. Grow up.
Yeah, and that seems to be the case. Well, I mean, Well,
It's
and
an
I mean,
off ramp that they can get guys onto so they're not in the proper political battlefield like we're trying to do. And then when they see guys like us operating in a sphere where we're talking to normal people about normal table issues, they can get us one of two ways: is they offer us a bunch of sponsorships and shit, or they just literally won't put you in the algorithm, and that's that. We're supposed to just quit though, Sam.
yeah. Well, I mean, Clavicular seems to be, barking up the Andrew Tate,
Well, all
tree.
these young men donating to him to get advice is the same thing, right? Is that not a little gay? I would say what Clavicular is doing with like all jokes aside about the looks maxing thing, it is very like trans coded. It's very like male to male trans.
Yeah. Well, he
All this
also.
shit's a little gay to me. I'm just an old school. I'm almost a Gen X level millennial
Well-
to how old I am.
Wasn't there that video where the trans women were actually telling him that that's exactly what they did?
We watched that on the show. Yeah, the trans
Yeah.
women came up and were like, "Yeah, this is all the same shit we do. Yeah, that's awesome. We love you."
Mhm.
Yeah, because it is. It's gay male or it's gay males that emulate women behavior in the first place. It's like drag queening and all that stuff.
Mhm.
You know. So it's like it's just weird to me. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it's not weird just because they say it's normal. Then I'm weird, I guess. Sam, what's Pride Month going to look like this year, do you think? We want to take bets on how many pride flags we actually see corporations put out? It wasn't very many last year.
Usually they're like rolling out ads for it by now, but I haven't seen any, right?
I know Blizzard's going to have a pride parade in World of Warcraft, and I'm sure that'll be gay.
Isn't there
Yeah.
some Lego Batman game?
Well, I had seen somebody complaining that there was rainbow oriented stuff in the new Lego Batman, but I haven't confirmed that myself. I'll tell you what I did find, Sam, that's cool. I found a preservation for all the old Call of Duties that are no longer safe to play on PC. Shout out to the Horizon MW mod team. What they have created, Sam, is they took Modern Warfare 2 as a base, and they added in guns from Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 3, remastered it for modern systems, and they run private servers so you can still play online. And they have events, and you have tracking and everything, and it's free.
That is based.
Yeah, check out I'll link you if you guys want to try it. I think you could even play it on Mac. If you want to play old Call of Duties,
Yeah.
there's servers for them all pretty much. It's got Black Ops 1 and all this stuff where there are still people playing right now, even though the official servers got taken down. Zombies, all of it. And it's free. Shout out to Stormslayer HD on Twitter that keeps me, in the know on a lot of like community projects like this.
Oh, nice.
Follow them. I don't know if you saw a couple weeks ago. Do you guys remember the Scarface game on PS2?
Oh my god, yeah, I love that one.
They made a native PC port of it, so you can play it on PC natively now.
That is
With
dope.
mouse and everything, yeah, and it's upgraded for modern systems and all that stuff. They do a lot, and Jack and Daxter, a lot of classic games, and they now have Jack and Daxter. By the way, I think it's Jack and Daxter 3 has modding, so you can now mod these console games because they're PC games. Another one that just came out is called Project Dusk. That's Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on PC natively. It's not emulated.
Yeah, you mentioned the Scarface game. Someone sent to me, I guess there were some cutscenes that were rendered for a game that was never actually made that was based off of Dirty Harry. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff in gaming outside of the traditional stuff. And repacks, which is what these are called, is one of them, where they take old console. You know, it's another one. I shared it recently. Like, you could see a lot of these on my Twitter if you just scroll my timeline because I shared them. But they remade the entire old Need for Speed, like, golden era games, like Underground, Underground 2, for modern hardware. And I had a lot of fun. I played Underground 2. That's like my favorite, one of my favorite racing games of all time. And it's in upscaled graphics, widescreen, controller support, easy to run. It has modding. You can play other players online because they built their own server for it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But we covered a lot today, Sam. Free Cuba.
Yeah, free Cuba. Massey's a retard.
Viva Cubanos.
Viva Cubanos. We Maxine's new song, and I mean you got a song of the week coming out.
Maxine Sand with her debut is out on Spotify and YouTube Music right now. TikTok, other places. It will be at Apple Music any day now.
Mm-hmm.
And my new song this week's New Music Friday is New Black Kicks. That'll be out Friday by Right to Offend, which is my band.
Which is awesome. And this week on Bits and Bones, we'll be having a guest. I don't know more if you want to share more about that.
A super secret mystery guest, you say?
Well, we announced it. We announced it last week. I don't know if more is here though. So let me go to.
So you might have to give it away again yourself.
Yeah.
Setting you the layup.
More.
Who is it, Sam? We got to know what's in the box, Sam.
Well, I'm looking up.
I want the truth, Samuel.
I'm looking up our guest right now. Actually, let me see.
I can handle the truth.
No, you can't handle the truth, Max. That's the problem.
It's gonna blow my mind once you have this amazing announcement.
I
won't be able to handle the truth.
Let's see. Our next guest will be
Chrissy Mayer. Oh no. Never mind. I'm just
Shut your mouth.
No. Actually, if we had Chrissy Mayer on the show, that would be if we had Chrissy Mayer on the show, that would be quite entertaining because.
Well, I'd have to I have been interested in the finer points of things. So we could ask her how much she charges per.
Can you guys hear me now?
Oh my god.
Well, what I would do if Chrissy Mayer ever came on the show would be to.
Is this gonna be one of the fantasies like hers, Sam?
Can you guys hear me now?
No, well, kind of, but mine's way cooler because.
Okay, go ahead. Then.
Because in my fantasy, I'm interviewing Chrissy Mayer, and then all of a sudden I tell her that we have a surprise panelist who wants to talk to you. And it's Maxine who pops in, and she starts asking Chrissy Mayer questions, and basically just calls her out on all her stuff.
Cat fight. I see. That's a common.
You really do just want to see me rage out.
Yeah. He's rage baiting.
And also, our guest this week on Bits and Bones is One-Eyed Jack Gaming.
One Right Time
uh,
Gaming.
who he's a smaller gaming YouTuber. So shout out to him.
So they can find him on YouTube at One Eyed Jack Gaming.
Mhm.
Check it out.
Yep, and so we'll be discussing his channel and
I wonder if he's met One Eyed Willie.
well, we might, we might have to ask him.
Sure, he's never got that one before.
And we might have Cora on the show as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he never has. And then next week, early next week, I'll have an announcement regarding another book that's coming out. So stay tuned.
You ever stop, Sam?
No,
Think
never.
about the repercussions. Look, Sam, I understand that we've been raising men's testosterone, making their dicks bigger and hair growing thicker, and women have loved them, Sam. But now you are overflowing the market with these books. They're becoming a weapon. It's almost like, in a video game where you're running around the map and you're looking for, like, if you're playing Duke Nukem, you find the steroids and then you get buffed up. Sam's books are just all over the place, just getting guys. They're roiding out, Sam. They're getting shredded. They're losing weight. You have to learn when to pull back a little, Sam. This is out of control. Next thing you know, they're going to be telling women to get in the kitchen.
That's not possible. We can't stop now, Max. We have to keep making masculinity great again. So.
Okay. Well, don't you blame me for the millions of nagging wives out there.
Of course they'll blame you because you're blame Max Sand, obviously. So why wouldn't they blame you?
Yeah, but it's not my fault. It's just that you're an idiot.
It's always your fault, Max.
For listening to me.
Well, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Well, you may be an idiot for listening to Max, but you're not as much of an idiot as if you voted for Thomas Massey.
Obviously, like an idiot implies like a certain level of intelligence that you can test them. The type of people that are for Massey are also for like looting and rioting and stuff, and they're like anarchists, and that indicates a level of IQ of like below 70 for sure.
Yeah, that's just clearly retardation.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure if they just blame the Jews for the next 2 years, maybe they'll come back with all these libertarian candidates and they'll just sweep the election, Sam.
Yeah, that's totally what they'll do. 100%.
Or you could vote Jeremy Kaufman for Libertarian chair to dissolve the Libertarian Party and, Sam, apologize to the American people for wasting their time.
Which I think is the best thing that can be done, honestly.
Yeah, that would be the ultimate move for the Libertarian Party to just show that they have good faith.
Oh, one final thing I can announce for next week's show. We will be having Sean Semenko on the show of Uncensored America, former guest panelist on this show frequently. He's out in LA, and he found your bit about you were kind of making fun of Spencer Pratt for running for mayor, and his name, the name of Spencer, which is a that is a geeky name.
It is. I looked into it, and I gotta admit, he's kind of a Chad, though.
Yeah, he is. And Sean's kind of been one of his guys since day one, so.
Oh, man. Well, I'll have to apologize. Damn. That's one of those rare occasions, huh? Fair enough.
Well, I mean, you and I both said, like.
It is a geeky name, but Spencer does seem kind of cool.
Well, but you and I both said just last week that, like, we don't really know that much about California politics, so. To have
Well,
some like
and I said he seems to not like communists, so that's good enough for me.
right.
And now I've seen that he did that Fresh Prince ad, and it made me laugh.
Oh yeah, that was
So
was
yeah,
gold.
I take it back. Spencer seems like I think if you're in LA, vote for him.
Yeah,
Legitimately. We hate
definitely.
Karen Bass anyway, so I mean we can't possibly be wrong on this one, Sam.
Oh my God, we actually went viral for hating on Karen Bass, if you remember.
Yeah, that's probably why he takes whatever I said in good humor, huh? Because it's like, well, obviously they don't like fucking Karen Bass. Yeah, no, I watched a video, sort of documenting the Spencer campaign, and I'm so amused by what he's said in public. Yeah, he has my full-throated endorsement, Sam. I'm serious.
I
So
mean,
that requires me saying, "Oops, I was wrong for calling him a geek." Down.
well, I think Mayor of LA is a good start for him. I would go so far as saying maybe governor of
Well, I'm with
California
him where it's not
down the
about
line.
mayor of LA. That's the big thing. It's about getting his fucking house back.
Well,
Which I
yeah.
didn't really know that whole story. And now that I do, it's like, yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about of why we don't like Karen Bass specifically.
Yeah, why nobody likes Karen Bass.
Yeah, we actually care about people that actually live in the real world and have to deal with the repercussions of shit like that.
Yeah, even if it is a lefty, even if LA is a lefty city, nobody deserves to have their home burned like
Yeah.
that.
And I saw them giving him shit too for that he stayed in a hotel at a certain point. And it's like, yes, the point is he's literally fucking homeless. He has stayed in that fucking trailer. And it's because his house burned down. So I don't know why this is like some libertarian shit. Like, well, technically he stayed in a hotel one night, so he's not homeless. It's like,
Well,
you if you've ever been displaced from your home for no reason of your own for any period of time, you can fucking relate to what he's saying. It doesn't matter if they put you in a nice hotel or you stay at a friend's house. You're homeless because you can't go home.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. See, this is what happens when I say I didn't know much and then I go look into it, Sam. I was wrong. Except about, Spencer is kind of either a geeky name or I guess a really, really preppy guy name, which is really what he is. And by the way, Sam, I said he was a reality TV guy, and he was. And his girl's name is Heidi Montag back in the day. That's what I remember. Spencer and Heidi. They were like on a reality show of some kind, vaguely, that I remembered a girlfriend.
I remember.
Watching, and it wasn't this one. Gag over shit like that.
Oh, I remember her name
They're
from
like
some
rich people. So it's like, and it was before I met you that their show was on. So what I'm saying is, I remember a girl watching it and it driving me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't watch something like that because it was some rich girls being like, "Oh my God, your purse was so cool." Yeah, they were rich and they lived in Beverly Hills. The exact opposite of me. So it's nothing personal, you see. But I'm the thug from the fucking hood. So I didn't exactly find a lot to like about their show.
Yeah.
I would have been, see, that's why I think, Spencer sounds like a guy I beat up. Because I'm from the hood.
Yeah, you would have been more of like a Compton guy as opposed to a Beverly Hills guy. I gotcha.
Some of my biggest heroes come from Compton. Eazy-E.
Yeah, I know.
Dr. Dre. Yeah, Ice Cube. Fair enough. Ice Cube for mayor would be pretty dope, I think, but he wouldn't want the job.
Yeah.
Ice Cube don't want to run for shit. That's why he'd be good.
Yeah, I don't blame him either. So, but yeah, well.
Oh, shout out to, have you seen Fagagio Blow's last video, Sam? I don't think I can say the name of the song because we're on YouTube, but check out Fagagio Blow's new video, White and Censored.
I did. I haven't seen it, but I saw that you tweeted it, so I'll have to take a look at that.
Got people a little bit controversy and stuff for some strange reason.
Gee, I wonder why.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Also, we're gonna have good brother Cora on the show as well this week.
Oh, based.
Double header. One-Eyed Jack and Core.
Well, now that we definitely got to find One-Eyed Willie.
Oh my God.
But okay, so more. I have to ask: Will there be breadsticks?
Oh my God.
Maybe. They might even be garlic.
Yeah. Will there be garlic bread there?
Perhaps.
I left.
They're moving in on your man, Matt.
That's okay. They can have old One-Eyed Willie.
Oh my God.
The garlic bread.
One-Eyed Willie's a wiggly Wonder Worm.
I've heard the same too, but yeah, Bits and Bones, and then WRTO tomorrow, right?
We shall see. TBD.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Whoop whoop. ICP.
So with that, I think that just about does it. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Again, check out American Inferno and Blood in the Jungle coming out next week. And from all of us at Right to Fund Media, take care and have a good evening.
Call immigration frequently.
Peace.
Indeed.
The right to offend is not some pesky little part of freedom of speech that we have to put up with. It is the heart and soul and lungs of freedom of speech. It is the coursing lifeblood of human progress. It is the instigator of liberty and modernity and science and understanding. What a laughing stock today's student leaders are, that they can so casually dismiss the right to be offensive without realizing that their lovely, enlightened lives are the gift of individuals who gave offense. Offensiveness is not just something we have to begrudgingly accept. Offensiveness is the motor of human progress.
Thank you for watching the Whitfield Report live on the Right to Offend Media Network. Make sure to check out Sam's books on Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. You can follow Sam on X at SamW_NGC and the Right to Offend Media Network at RTO Media. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And until next time, God bless. God save this great nation. God